McDonald's, anywhere in the world, you will find French fries. You will find that they're always made from the same potato, the russet Burbank potato from America, that's unusually long and difficult to grow, but that's what they want.
Okay, that's not true. McDonald's uses at least 4 different types of potatoes. The russet Burbank, like he said, the Ranger russet, and the Matilla russet, as well as the Sheepotty potatoes. So yeah, that's just not one type of potato.
When you're McDonald's, you like those red boxes with a little bouquet of very long chips. And they further insist that they have no blemishes at all. There's a very common defect of russet Burbank potatoes called net necrosis. And you've seen potatoes with a little brown line. Well, McDonald's won't buy them. And the only way to eliminate that is to eliminate an aphid. And the only way to do that is with a pesticide called Monitor that is so toxic that the farmers who grow these potatoes in Idaho won't venture outside into their fields for 5 days after they...
So Monitor is not the only insecticide that will control aphids. There's a ton of them that will. And what he's actually speaking about is restricted entry intervals, which is, they're just basically following the label on the back of, they're following the product label. Monitor was toxic. I mean, it was bad stuff. When he made this, Monitor had already been made illegal in the United States. It was a banned product, banned in Europe. And he knew that. I mean, this dude's the biggest grifter when it comes to food stuff and trying to scare people. But yeah, you know, that stuff hasn't been used in like 16 years. And it was probably bad when we were using it, but we stopped using it, and that he's not telling that part of the story.
And then when they harvest their potatoes, they have to put them in these atmosphere-controlled sheds the size of a football stadium because they're not edible for 6 weeks. They have to off-gas all the chemicals in them.
So it is true that these potatoes are stored in temperature-controlled sheds. That's absolutely accurate. It has nothing to do with off-gassing. It has to do with storage. You know, by keeping them in a temperature-controlled facility, it keeps shrinkage from happening. I'm sure with your own potatoes, if you let potatoes sit too long, they either shrink or they start sprouting. And that's the point of these temperature control sheds that he speaks so eerily of as if they're off-gassing chemicals. That's not true. Instead of listening to Michael Pollan, you should probably listen to like the Dakota farmers and the Idaho farmers who actually grow these potatoes. I'm not carrying water from McDonald's. I mean, I'm not saying that McDonald's is probably not the healthiest place in the world to eat. That, you know, the E. coli scare, you know, that's happening now around it. And I just passed one today and there's still a line of cars. So, and their fries are good. You gotta admit, their fries are really good. Despite what Michael Pollan might say, they're amazing. But the farmers who supply product to McDonald's and to all these different places that people like to go and eat, you know, selling fear is just not fair to them. And you know, I've always thought Pollan was a grifter that relied on people's fear of food, and this is just one more thing that confirms it.